initiating the mission now.
I've come here to obtain the secret of the flames of disaster from you, and to take the miracle gems that are the key to its secret, the Chaos Emerald. Now, Princess, this way, please.
Finally found it. The Iblis trigger.
What an intro. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Oh, that's what's wrong. Let's just fix that real quick. Gotta love it when when games don't or pause when you put them out of focus. Give me 1 second here. Anywho, welcome to this this little, I don't know, different stream outside of the nostalgia trip. So this is a fan game called Sonic P06. It is basically a remake in the Unity engine of Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. If you've been following me since I began streaming, I love Sonic the Hedgehog. Not afraid to admit that, even though it's kind of scary, especially right now, considering what's been following the release of Sonic Colors Ultimate. However, if you like Sonic the Hedgehog, if you like platformers, if you especially like 3D platformers, shut up, Eggman. I don't want to hear what you have to say. Especially if you like 3D platformers, give this a shot. It's free. It does require a higher end PC in order to play it. You can change the graphical settings to make it a little bit more capable on less powerful systems, like I am going to show off, but this game at max setting is gorgeous. So the difference here being is not only do we have access to Sonic's complete story of stages and like the trials, so you only play the stages, you don't go through the hub world or anything like that. We also have access to all of Shadow's stages as well. So I'm going to be showcasing Shadow's stages first, and then with whatever time left, we'll go ahead and show Sonic off, because I've already shown Sonic's like content off on the channel before. However, there has been some new stuff added, but it's not like game changing what they add. So if you're interested, again, if you're at all interested in 3D platformers, I highly recommend giving this a shot, because it's not just like a good like recreation or like just like a good Sonic game. Like this makes not only Sonic 06 good, but this is just a good 3D, like fast-paced 3D platformer, which I believe has the best 3D Sonic movement ever. So if that doesn't entice you enough, go find another stream, because we're not doing Skyrim today. We will be doing Skyrim tomorrow, but I've been so excited for this. This release is taking a whole year to come out, so I really wanted to do it some justice, because it came out probably about an hour after I stopped the stream last night. So again, if you're interested, I highly recommend. You can goldfish my barracks right now. Hey, nice. How you doing, Reese? Hope everything's going well there. Without further ado, enough of my rambling. Let's go ahead and get on into it. Oops, we're not playing Sonic. So we are going to be playing as Shadow first. So if you played the original game, a lot of stuff is different. One, the load times are insanely quick. Two, Shadow is a lot faster. The graphics have been improved. I'm not even playing on max settings, but this still looks way better than the than it looked on the Xbox 360, which, I mean, makes sense. Chaos X did an absolutely fantastic job with this game. Like, it is so good, it is so polished. Well, I say Chaos X, he has an entire team as well as a bunch of beta testers helping him out, and I definitely don't want to shy away from all the work that those people did on this too, because without everybody working and everybody, you know, helping together, and just the passion that, you know, Chaos X has as a lead developer, as well as his entire team of people that have been working on this. This is Sonic P06. I've showcased it on the channel before, but this is a new update that gives us all of Shadow's content. Well, all the bulk of Shadow's content. It has all of his stages, which is, you know, the most important thing, which is the core content of the game. So Shadow here, I'm going to be mainly talking about the original game. If you don't know anything about Sonic 06, literally take one trip to YouTube. You'll learn everything you need to know about it and why it was an absolute train wreck and one of the worst, and one of the worst video games in history. Well, this makes it way better. Yes, it's called Sonic P06 because this is a fan recreation led by developer Chaos X to recreate Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 in the Unity engine with like all the cut content with some extra stuff of his own flair, better animation, better gameplay, better stages, new move sets. Like, I just used the spin dash with Shadow there. You didn't have the spin dash in the original game. New graphical effects, better moves, all that kind of stuff. It's basically a complete overhaul of Sonic 06 to kind of make it worth something. Because as the game released, it was definitely not winning any awards, any good awards anyway. Can I get up here, please? Okay. What if I spin dash from here? Easy. You couldn't do that in the original 06. You'd have to figure out some way to glitch your way up to there. So what I'm using here, so Shadow has these abilities called Chaos, like Chaos Boost. So when that meter below my webcam here fills up, oh, we're playing as a different character already. It's a Sonic game, so stuff moves real fast. So this is Roost Bat. Her moveset is a lot like Sonic Adventure 2, if you ever played that game. She can climb walls, she can glide, kind of like Knuckles. And that kind of thing. Oh, we do have some rings, so we won't get screwed. Yeah, but I once it came out last night, I stayed up much later than I should have, and absolutely just destroyed this game. Okay, this is really cool right here. You get a cutscene. This was not in the original game. It's really neat. Kind of adding a bit of story into the level. since essentially Sonic 06 was Sonic Adventure 3, and the adventure games are a lot more focused on story than previous entries in the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise were. So it's cool to see Sonic get some love in here. Or see the story pay attention to, because I mean the story's not awful. At least I didn't think it was absolutely terrible. I mean, it's definitely not great. There's definitely some story beats I absolutely don't agree with, but like, I don't know. It's fun. It's kind of charming. Especially see all the good story beats in action. So what we're doing here is we're in kind of like an open field in the White Acropolis here. And we have to destroy these searchlights. So Shadow, much like in his 2005 entry, Shadow the Hedgehog, can actually write vehicles, but it's really slow to do that. So we're not going to do that, and instead, we're going to use the homing attack elevator trick to get to these, to get to the top of these searchlights and destroy them, like so. If I can do it right. You could do this in the original game as well. I think it's kind of funny to do it this way. 2 more searchlights to go. Adding the spin dash to Shadow's moveset is just so great, because in this game Shadow's not a carbon copy of Sonic. He's actually different and has enough different moves to differentiate himself and kind of earn him the right to be in a different character slot than Sonic. All right, so that was White Acropolis, the first stage. Each, well, Sonic actually has 9 zones, but I'm gonna turn up the volume just a little bit. Let me know if it's too loud for you guys. I'm not gonna be going for S ranks. Getting the S rank doesn't do anything. I found that much to my dismay last night when I was playing this, so. But yes, absolutely fantastic job. I'm going to try to do justice. So here we have a hang glider segment. So there's 2 of these, or I think there's 3 of these. I don't remember. But you can kind of boost with the A button, and you get this blue flame, and you can just fly through. This is Kingdom Valley. This, I believe, is Shadow's weakest stage, and while the control's better, I still don't really like this stage, even in P06 with all the additions it brings. First being this this segment here. So again, reminiscent of the adventure games, we have to take Rouge through kind of this open section of Kingdom Valley and search for 3 keys, much like how she had to search for the Chaos Emeralds in Sonic Adventure 2. So, I think we know 1 key is right up here. Now, a lot of these moves that I'm doing, you could not do the original game. Like literally, all Rouge could do in the original game, which you can do here, is throw bombs. But doing her martial arts is much more effective and gets rid of the enemies a lot quicker than using bombs, I think, anyway. We're just gonna go through this open section of Kingdom Valley. One thing I noticed, I don't know if it's intentional or not, I'm sure there will be another release that fixes some things about this story and a couple other bugs. But you can like climb walls really fast just by jumping rather than actually having to climb them. This radar that shows you where the keys are also is not in the original game. I believe they were in the same location every single time to kind of make up for the fact that you didn't have a radar. But in this game, in P06 here, they do give you a radar, so the keys can actually spawn in different locations. I think this key's down here. Probably in a box. This box? Yep. All right, so we finally get to play as Shadow again. And immediately we're put in another vehicle. This is kind of why I don't really like Shadow's Kingdom Valley, and because this section with the hover bike, probably one of the worst. And this isn't Chaos X's fault. This is like, you know, being faithful to the original Sonic 06 design. This beginner section with the hover bike is not great. What we're doing here is we're using the hover bike. If you so much get tapped on the hover bike, you're gonna, at least in the original game like that, I would have been dead. The hover bike would have like flipped over and Shadow would have fallen into the water. Because for some reason he can't run on water in this game. I mean, I guess he never ran on water, to be fair. But you think the ultimate life form would have the ability to run on water or something like that? But not the greatest. Not the greatest level design wise. Sonic definitely has the best level design of all three characters. Now we can't play as Silver yet in P06, but I also love the addition to Chaos Boost that it has Shadow teleport to the enemies when you do the homing attack, kind of to further show his ability to harness chaos powers. It's pretty neat, I believe. And this is kind of the main thing that sets Shadow apart, is he was like marketed in the original game to be more combat oriented, so like his chaos abilities kind of like reflect that. So he has this chaos spear, which the second level of chaos boost, you can see by the three kind of tick marks that are present next to the energy bar. All right, here we're gonna that was Chaos Blast. That's used at the third level of Chaos Boost. It was crap in the original game, but they made it a lot better in this remake here. Plus, Shadow's effects just look really freaking cool with Chaos Boost active. Even on like, I'm playing on like medium low settings, and then like the graphical fidelity of this game still looks really good. I'd say what I'm doing right now, like shading wise, shadow, but like shadows wise and that kind of thing, probably just a little bit below the original Xbox release, but there still is some graphical fidelity, even with the settings this low, that definitely wasn't in the original game. Probably could have been done on the Xbox, but it wasn't. I hope that maybe if you're taking a break from, you know, Sonic Colors Ultimate and all the news surrounding that, you're having a good time seeing what this has to offer. Because if you're definitely looking for a 3D Sonic experience, this is where to get it. Because holy crap, this is fun. And the best part is, even if you don't like the Shadow segments, you can always just play the Sonic segments still. And there's still tons of not tons of stuff, like I said, but a couple things that were updated. Oops. That spring's supposed to send you back. In case you missed those enemies, because they open this door here. Kingdom Valley with no deaths. That's very nice. Very rare to get no deaths here, but that's nice. Wow, we got an S rank too. First try. Couldn't say that last night. All right, next up we have Crisis City. This Crisis City is a lot like Sonic's, so it's really cool to kind of see this cutscene from a different perspective. We'll be seeing it again when we do Sonic's story. But here's another vehicle we have, is the buggy. We'll use it for a little bit. I mean, it's basically a worse Shadow on foot that has homing missiles, in all honesty. Oh, jeez. It's also really hard to control. I'm gonna go ahead and hop out here. Because especially with the spin dash, like the buggy was nice because Shadow was faster in the buggy than he was on foot in the original game, but with the spin dash and the improved physics of this remake, this fan remake, it just doesn't make any sense to have Shadow in the buggy, other for novelty's sake, for the original game. Oh, we'll just spin dash down here. Gain some speed on the slope. That's pretty fun. Definitely can't say something like that in the original game. So a lot of Shadow's Crisis City is Sonic's Crisis City. So if you've ever seen Sonic's portion of Crisis City, this will look really familiar, just with some more enemies. Shadow, since he was more combat focused, they throw more enemies at him, and they also throw harder enemies at him. It's not really evident in these first few stages, but as we get closer to the end of Shadow's story, it'll be pretty obvious that they intended for you to use your combat-centric gameplay to the fullest. I'll activate Chaos Boost here to get those cool effects, as well as start leveling it up. Shadow's also definitely made to like kind of play slower than Sonic, which I don't know if that's like a good differentiation, but what I appreciate, and when I think Sonic games are at their best in terms of character, is that every character has access to that speed, and it's whether or not the player is good enough using a character's trademark abilities to harness that speed. That's how I personally, when I personally feel Sonic games are at their best, is when it's focused, like, when everything's focused on speed, or not focused on speed, when every character has access to that speed. Sure, Sonic can be the fastest if you want, but still the rest of the cast should be relatively speedy. And while, like, other characters may not necessarily focus on the speed aspect all the time, it's still nice to have access to that speed, or else why are you playing a Sonic game? But yeah, one thing I really appreciate about this is the control is just unbelievably fluid, regardless of who you're playing as, because this demo has 6 characters. We're able to play as technically 7 if you count Sonic with Elise as a different character. Can I fire some missiles, please? And like break this debris? You're supposed to fire the missiles, and the missiles will break the debris here, but I guess that's not going to happen. Another little nod that the team added to this is if you are in Chaos Boost in a vehicle, you have infinite ammo, much like how when you had a Chaos mode activated in Shadow the Hedgehog, Shadow's guns gained infinite ammo, which is pretty cool. Oh geez. There's a death. Oh, he died right at the beginning of White Acropolis as well. I definitely noticed that with Shadow, I generally have a lot less rings on me than I do as Sonic. But also, I haven't played nearly as much of Shadow's games since it just came out yesterday, and I've been playing the Sonic sections for... Well, Kingdom Valley and Wave Ocean were the first like demo that was ever released. Sonic sections of Kingdom Valley and Wave Ocean, so I've been playing Sonic sections for quite a while, and that was like 2 years ago. It's hard to believe that was 2 years ago. This project was nearly in its infancy, and now it's getting to the point where it's just gonna straight up replace Sonic 06 because it's gonna have all of its content done better. Once this project is completed, if this project is seen through to completion, there's going to be no reason to go back to the original game. And my only hope would be, you know, Sega looks at this and is like, hey, those are some good ideas. I just got hit by a car. That's not fair. I'm on an automatic section. That's 06 for you. Can't escape everything. See if we can maybe keep our chaos abilities. Okay, it looks like we're not going to be able to. Need to be careful because we don't have any rings. All right, cool. Checkpoint. But yeah, one of the things that differentiates Shadow from Sonic is that instead of with enemies with multiple hit bars, you can have Shadow do these like combat moves. I don't know. They're okay. Yeah, and that's being faithful to his playstyle in the original game. I really like the updated Chaos Snap though. That's really cool. That's like the level 1 variety of Chaos boost. It has Shadow kind of snap to enemies at a longer range than what the homing attack does. So you're able to do some cool enemy chains that way. But that was Crisis City. Next up is Flame Core. You can do this little skip here at the beginning. We're also going to be doing that in Sonic's. I just want to check something. Okay, that's not over there. There's a little secret path over there in Sonic's section, but not in Shadows, unfortunately. He doesn't have any cool collectibles like the gems, like Sonic does. Alright, this should get us to full power, and we can use Chaos Boost here, which is really good because we get these items here which upgrade our gauge fully, and we can get to level 2 of Chaos Boost immediately, which is pretty neat. And then this one right here gets us to level 3, so now we have access to Chaos Blast should we need it for a swarm of enemies, but I think we'll be good for this section anyway. Flame Core, I think, is definitely one of Shadow's hardest stages. I don't know, I just feel like I never have any rings here, and the lava is brutal. It was even more brutal in the original game, but here it's kind of still bad. Very dangerous stuff. Alright, see, again there. And maybe it's just with Shadow's harder enemy placement or something like that, but I just always feel like I have no rings in this stage. Completely different from Sonic, because I think this is one of Sonic's most fun stages. There's so much tech that's used here, especially in gem runs, when you're using the blue and purple gem. Do a lot of cool tricks. I'll show off Chaos Blast. I got a huge rain bonus plus a huge damage bonus. The nice thing is pretty much whenever you use it, you're going to use it around so many enemies that you're just immediately going to refill your gauge, even though it does use a portion of it, so there's no reason to be worried about losing all your losing your Chaos Boost state, that's for sure. Do a little spin dash dumping, reminiscent of Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. Truly turning this game into the Adventure 3 that everybody's been wanting. Alright, let's head into the volcano. Super erupting volcano. I can't wait till one day I have a powerful enough computer that it's gonna make this game look awesome. Because if you're interested and want to see this game at max graphics, I highly recommend Sonic Overtime. He's a Sonic tuber that covers a lot of fan games, and he has a really good run of Shadow 06 that he released today. As this game is, or this release anyway, is less than 24 hours old, which is pretty cool. Get to play it right when it releases, because I didn't get to do that for the other releases of the game. These enemies suck. These purple flyers that have the orbs. Very scary. Glad we made it through without dying though. Now I believe there's an upper path we can take here. Yep. Oh. Oh, well, not anymore. Unfortunately, that's what sucks about the lava is I don't know if this was a change that Chaos X made, but you can only you lose 5 rings every time you fall into the lava, and you always lose 5 rings. And if you don't have 5 rings, well, that's it for you, pal. All right, so instead of Knuckles, we're gonna play as Rouge. Again, especially with the addition of Rouge's martial arts from Sonic Adventure 2, there's almost no reason to use her bombs. It's just not necessary. The kicks are way more reliable, do way more damage. Okay, can I please hit that? I think I missed one. Yeah, I did. The gliding is much better, the animations are much better, everything's just better about this. Compared to 06, there's not a single thing that I'd be like, you shouldn't have changed that from the original game. Because that's kind of the cool thing, is that it was so bad that he can kind of do what he wants. I find this kind of silly. Shadow's like, you saved me. Like you lit up the door, or the way to the door. Wow, what a hero. The true hero we needed. I'm gonna go ahead and kill these enemies just for fun. We are the combat-oriented Shadow after all, so might as well kill some enemies while we can. Oh, I'm dead. What? I had 4 rings. What? Whatever. Find it kind of weird that you could be at the very end with Rouge, but you still have to go through that platforming segment with Shadow. This is the part that trips me up here, because there's another section that looks just like it that has a dash panel there, but that doesn't, and you will most certainly die, since Shadow doesn't really have any good recovery options from stuff like that. Alright, we made it down that pit, and that's Flame Core. Don't forget to hydrate. I actually need to grab my water myself. Always gotta hydrate when you're playing games. All right, next up is Radical Train. One of Shadow's... oh my goodness, I'm slurring the hell out of my words. One of Shadow's... oh my goodness. Shadow's shortest levels. Wow. I don't know how that was so difficult for me to say. Shadow's shortest. It's the double sh. It's difficult. Makes it what would be a good synonym for shortest? Least amount of time. One of Shadow's fastest stages. There we go. I can say that much easier. All right, we gotta look for the switch. And then here comes Eggman's train, and we just gotta beat it up real quick. So we can use, Shadow has this like kind of meh ability that's pretty much only good for this, called like the tornado kick. If you press B 3 times, B if you're using an Xbox controller. I would assume circle if you use an Xbox controller, and then I don't even know what the PC the PC controls would be. I would unless I had to and like the game was worth it, I would never play a Sonic game with keyboard controls. It sounds awful. Let's kill these enemies here. Nice. Ooh, don't want to do that. All right, can I please? There we go. Use a tornado. Kills the train really quickly. And then we'll use a Chaos Blast right here. And that will take us over here. And we're already done with this section of the stage. And now we're gonna hop in the bike here. And since we have Chaos Boost ability, we have infinite ammo, which is really nice. We're not gonna have it for long though. Just because there's not really any enemies here to blow up other than these guys. But the bike is definitely the best vehicle of them, of all of Shadow's vehicles. Which kind of makes sense. I mean, the bike was always the coolest one. And the one that they showed off all the time in Shadow the Hedgehog promotional stuff and in Sonic 06 promotional stuff. So that was Radical Chain. Pretty quick. Fastest I ever done it. Nice. I also really like how the UI reflects that you're playing as Shadow. Because it's like blue and white as Sonic. And it's red and black as Shadow, which is pretty neat. Alright, Aquatic Base. So we're going to get a little taste of Silver the Hedgehog. Since both in Sonic Story and in Shadow Story, you play as Silver for a little bit. But you don't ever play as Shadow in Sonic Story or vice versa. Which is kind of interesting. Especially considering they go through the same obstacles at the same time in the future anyway. Surprised they didn't have a section where they switch. I guess since, you know, everyone's played as them in Adventure 2 and Sonic Heroes, they wanted to... they figured people would probably pick Shadow and Sonic first, so they wanted to throw Silver in there to kind of be like, hey, play our new character, guys. Just a few Chaos Blasts. Aquatic Base just has a ton of enemies. Makes Chaos Blast really useful. That was the way we came, I believe. Yep. Want to head up here, and we play a Silver. Not if played optimally, we wouldn't be playing him even a minute into the stage. So Silver uses his Psychokinesis to harm enemies. It's basically you stun the enemy, you can pick it up with Psychokinesis, or you can take enemy projectiles or like other enemies and throw them at other enemies. So kind of like that. And the worst thing about Silver is that one, he had barely any options in the original game, because he's got this little psychic blast that's really good for these higher up enemies. That you can still stun them and grab them if you're good enough. It's really good for this segment right here to kind of stun those guys because they can fire some projectiles that could knock you off that platform. Gonna be a bit ballsy here and use a teleport dash that again was improved from the original game. And that was Silver, so now we're back to Shadow. Ah, it's a spring there. Okay, I see. I was gonna say the first time I played through the stage, I didn't know how you're supposed to get through if you broke those item boxes, but I guess that was how. Fortunately, we don't have enough Chaos Boost built up to use Chaos Blast, but we're almost there. Not gonna be necessary though now. But hey, at least we have Chaos Boost for the rest of the stage. I don't know why that switch is there. It seems kind of silly. Use Chaos Snap on those guys. And we'll head this way. Hopefully keep our Chaos Boosts. I believe there are some enemies right here that we can kill. Prolong our stay. And then we got these guys. Love the after effects on Shadow's air skates as well. Look really nice. Spin dash makes things really nice here. And we can kind of avoid these blast gates being closed, which is really cool. Hit these magnetic bars, you lag the game, and you kill all the enemies at once, which is really nice. Since we have full bar, we can use Chaos Blast right here to get rid of these guys. These purple enemies, they're the ones that are a little bit beefier versions of the red ones, which kind of stings. Kind of reminds me of The Legend of Zelda, because Breath of the Wild and the original game just used different color variations of the same enemies, which was kind of lame in terms of challenge. But we're at the end of Aquatic Base here. We have a bunch of these purple enemies, but we have Chaos Blast on our sides. We can just do that, and that'll open up the door for us. And we'll head out of there. And we killed so many enemies that our score alone got us the S rank. Absolutely ridiculous. 70,000 points. You only need 50,000, and we had 57,000 points. Before any of the bonuses. All right, next up on our list is Wave Ocean. So we're gonna hop on this jet glider and go in the reverse direction of Sonic's Mach Speed section, which is kind of cool. Every so often I'm double tapping A to get that really fast boost. With the hang glider. Now seriously, if you like 3D platformers and you haven't given this game a shot yet, I highly recommend it. If you're not liking what you see here, stick around. You can see Sonic's portion of the game, which might tickle your fancy a little bit more. It's a little more fundamental when it comes to a 3D Sonic game, which isn't a bad thing. So right here we have E123 Omega, and he got one hell of an upgrade. First off, he got this shotgun. When he's really close to enemies, he can just blast them, which is really nice. And one of my favorite new features, he got this third-person Gatling gun mode, which is really fun to use. It's got ammo, but generally the enemies you'll be using it on will be giving you enough energy to where ammo consumption won't be an issue at all. It's cool to play as Omega. Thankfully, we don't have to fight enemies, so we'll just sneak on through there. In the original game, so Sonic 2006. Or Sonic the Hedgehog, I guess, for the Xbox 360 and PS3, Omega was actually the fastest character in the game. He was faster than Sonic, and his hovering ability that I'm doing right here was so broken in the original game. If you kept tapping it, it would you would be able to infinitely hover. You would never lose height, which is not the case in this version, which is a good thing, because that'd be game breaking. Got this cool little cutscene here with Mephiles. If you play the original game, you kind of know what's happening here. But now we're back over to Shadow. This section I always found kind of weird and kind of like padding for the level, because there's like this whole area that you can explore, but you only need to go into the cave right over here. I'm just gonna go ahead and build up enough for a Chaos Blast, or close to one anyway. That should be enough to get us Chaos Blast. So you just run into this cave here, and you can just ignore these enemies entirely. You come over to this side, use a Chaos Blast right here, flips this switch and sends us over to the end of Sonic's section. Which is weird, because it's actually really cool that there's this giant open area. Oh, I'm getting some lag spikes. So this takes us to the end of Sonic's section, and kind of thematically, it happened in Kingdom Valley, and it's happening here in Wave Ocean. Ironically, the two like stages that, well, other than Crisis City, well, even in Crisis City, Shadow kind of takes Sonic's stages and goes backwards with a couple new sections. Which I think is kind of interesting. See, this is a little bit harder. This is meant to be after Sonic's time in Wave Ocean, so the bridge is collapsed. And we're also at sunset, which kind of shows since Sonic's portion of Wave Ocean is during the day. Oh, we have another hover bike, but we have chaos boost, so should be able to just machine gun our way through all this. And we just come right over here and just kind of go right through that pillar. Okay. Oh, cool. The guns are glowing to show you that you have infinite ammo. That's kind of neat. All right, can I hit this goal ring? There we go. And that was Shadow's Wave Ocean. So what I'm going to do real quick before we head into the next stage is I'm going to reset the game, because this was also an issue with the full release of Sonic stages. As it seems the longer the game's running, the more memory it has loaded. It doesn't properly like deload the memory. So I just got to quit the game real quick. That's what was causing those lag spikes in Wave Ocean. So just do that. And we can pick up right where we left off. Oh, we're not playing a Sonic. Muscle memory. Alright, that was Wave Ocean. We got one more stage of Shadow. So we start on the hovercraft. So we end on the hovercraft in the last stage, and we start on the hovercraft in Dusty Desert here. Thankfully, Shadow's Dusty Desert I like a lot more than Sonic's. Well, obviously because we're not using Elise, but also we get to see the inside of Dusty Desert, which is way cooler than and like there's this whole like open world thing, but you know, 06 being 06, again, this is faithful to the original design of the game, is I believe you have to go through all these pillars in order to get access to the next section of the stage. I could be wrong. I don't know. These might just be guidelines. I don't really want to chance it, but honestly, I might just for fun. Because we got this hovercraft here, so we can kind of do whatever we want. Because the hovercraft's double tap A ability is to jump, and then you can press A and you literally just hover in the air and you descend so slowly. So if you got a lot of speed, you do have to go through all the pillars. Okay. That's what I figured. That's really annoying. It's like they give you this big open area to explore, and then you have to go through the pillars, which is kind of silly. It's like, we're not quite ready for an open world Sonic game just yet, guys. You're gonna have to wait until 2022 for that. Maybe 2023. I figure the next Sonic game that's been marketed as an open world Sonic game is probably going to take until 2023. Unless they just don't polish the game and send it through, which I guess Sega has done before. This is living proof of that. Help. Ooh, there's a little oasis over here. That's kind of fun. Is there anything in it? Oh, nothing cool. Just a little set piece. Let's head on over this way. That should do it. Yep. Alrighty. Inside a Dusty Desert, really cool kind of like crystal cavern here, which I find very pleasing to the eye, especially the green color scheme. Whoa. Got some bats. That's kind of fun. Let's activate our Chaos Boost abilities. I think we switched to Omega pretty quick here, so we won't get to make a whole lot of use of our Chaos Boost. We might as well use it while we got it. It's not like it's hard to refill the gauge, especially with how many enemies. You can definitely see in these last couple stages how much the enemy beefiness has ramped up. Oh, we play as Omega again. I like using the shotgun. You have to be pretty close to the enemy, but feels way better than doing some other things. Plus, if you really need to stay suspended in the air, you can mash X. Oh, shit. Okay, cool. Made it back on. Let's hop this direction, then this way. Bang, bang. Alright, this section I'm not too big of a fan of. You have to kill all the enemies, but the camera is weird. So if you miss an enemy, it's kind of annoying. Thankfully, they don't really throw too many of these in Sonic's section other than Kingdom Valley, but the enemies are so close that it's really easy to see where they are. But Shadow is supposed to be more combat focused after all, so. Did I kill all the enemies? I have not yet. Where are the other ones hiding at? I hear something. I don't see something though. There they are. They're up here. Use our shotgun here. Give them a blast. Our laser gun, laser shotgun. Oh, hello. Blast him to death. It's pretty cool. I'm glad they gave Omega a close range option rather than just having to stand still. Oh, come on. I definitely could have made that. Get a little more height. There we go. I knew I could make that. Let's just kind of sneak through here. Don't need to kill any enemies. We don't have to. Gonna kill this guy just for fun here. Bang. Those the purple snakes are really annoying because they cause death. Okay, cool. We're not right at the beginning of Omega section. I actually think we're pretty close to where we were. Successfully snuck past that enemy that time. But yeah, the inside of Dusty Desert is really cool, and I really wish Sonic got to go through it. Because this, oh jeez, because this section would be so fun with the gems. It's a break. Oh no, we're not gonna get an S rank. How tragic. Oh my gosh. The jump is just not that difficult. All right, there we go. Let's keep going on through. Sneak pack this guy here. Kill this guy just in case. We're gonna be friends with him for a minute. There we go. Use our lock-on shooter here, kind of like SA2. You lock on to enemies and then fire. Unless they show up right underneath you and get rid of all your rings. That's too bad Omega doesn't have a giant, he's got the Gatling mode, but that's not even close to an FU cannon. Where she just had some giant laser that would just absolutely just wreck everything. The Omega section's kind of long now that I'm looking at it. This was the incorrect way to go. I think I'm gonna die here. But I don't think you can jump out of the sand. Oh, you can! The sand, the sand in the regular game is instant death, but it might as well be a bottomless pit. Oh right, you have to activate the switch and then the door opens. I believe we get to play as Shadow now. Oh, we have to go through here first. Oh, right, we hit the switch and then we play Shadow. Man, quite a long way just to activate a switch, eh? Some of these activate our chaos boost. I think they made it to where you can only use 3 chaos spears in succession. Use a chaos blast here, just get rid of these enemies real quick. Very nice. There's a hover cart there. Wait, what? What the heck? What is this way? I didn't go this way last time. Curious, what's over here? I mean, there's like level design and stuff over here, which surprises me. Oh, somehow made it up. Oh, get out of there. What is this? What the heck? What? Interesting. I did not know that was there. That's freaking sweet. I didn't think Shadow had any upgrades. I gotta see this, but I don't know. I didn't know that opened. That's really cool. I wonder what that does. See, that's kind of like the gems. I wonder if there's more of those throughout the stages. Now I'm curious. I'm gonna have to comb all the previous stages and see if there's things there. I want to kill as many enemies as possible to see what happens. Even though the end of the stage is right here. Said... I wonder what doing that does. I'm gonna have to play another Shadow stage and see what's going on here. I've never seen this power up. What's a solid one? Flame Core would probably be good. So this is really neat. Man, here I was thinking that it was kind of lackluster in terms, because Sonic gets like all the gems and that kind of stuff, but it looks like he added, that might be Shadow's only upgrade. It's the only one that makes sense thematically in terms of Sonic 06, but hey, it's still cool. But who knows, there might be something in every stage. Now I really want to comb these stages to see if I can find extras like that. I'm really glad I didn't like find that online. It's a novelty to find stuff by yourself these days without looking up a guide or something like that. So if I hold the button, I think I need to be at full power. So that maxes it out. What does that mean? Is this basically Super Shadow? It seems like it's basically Super Shadow. Enemies die in one hit. Can I do anything cool? But I still get Chaos Blast. but it doesn't take up any damage. Am I invincible? I am invincible. Oh, this is so cool. This is way cooler than Super Shadow, if I'm gonna be honest. Oh, you're invincible. Oh, that's so neat. It feels more rewarding than a Super Shadow transformation, honestly. This is so freaking cool. Holy crap. Interesting. So are you helpless until you get hit? God, I am so curious now. I want to know everything about this power-up. I wonder if there's stuff like it in every single stage. I doubt it, but that would be so cool if there was. Wow, this just got so much cooler. Holy crap. Because like for Sonic, what they did, since they don't have the hub worlds, is they have all of the chaos powers hidden in every state. Or chaos powers. They have all of the stuff hidden in every stage. The gem powers. So it makes me wonder that if there's stuff hidden in every stage for Sonic, if Shadow has stuff hidden in every stage. This is so freaking sweet. And it's like not based on your ring count or anything too, which I find really neat. And all the enemies die in one hit. But the simple homing attack, that's really nice. Fortunately, you have to keep killing enemies to keep it active, but I mean, the trade-off is well worth it, I feel. So basically incentivizes you to keep killing enemies. Well, this makes this stage way more fun. Because I hated this section. Oh, this is so freaking sweet. Oh my goodness. I wonder how many people know about this. Because, I mean, like, the camera definitely doesn't focus on it in Dusty Desert. That's for sure. So, do I have to, like, wait to get hit, or what happens here? Okay, it doesn't take too long for you to come back from it. Definitely a worthwhile upgrade, that's for sure. Wow, that's so cool. Alright. So that's enough of Shadow for right now. I'll have to comb his stages and see if he has more power-ups like that. Wow, that was cool. Alright, so I'm going to show off Sonic. I mean, if you've watched my streams in the past, you've seen all this stuff before, but there is a couple cool things. So Sonic has access to all these gems. All of them give him kind of a different ability. And what you're going to be seeing me use mostly is the blue and the purple gem. Because the purple gem's actually been tweaked in this release. It no longer makes you small because honestly there was no reason it made you small. It was just something that happened. But it gave you infinite jumps. This, when you have the purple gem at level 3, it actually turns you invisible, which is pretty cool. But these sections I've played a million times, so I'm gonna be a little bit better at them. Oh, it's a little bit longer. I only want to show the really noteworthy things, and then I think I'm gonna end the stream because you know what? I'll go ahead and just do a playthrough of Sonic's story just so we can have it recorded. Because I don't think I have one posted up on YouTube yet because I wasn't running my YouTube last time I was playing this. So here we switch over to Tails, and I hope this skip still works. I didn't try it when I re-got all the gems in this story here. Let me see if I can set it up properly. There we go. That should be good. Hopefully. Yeah, we're good. So we kind of get to skip all of Tails' section right there, which is really nice. Cool thing is he changes the camera angle here where you're actually like focused on Sonic and the whale and the egg carrier. It's pretty cool. Again, very minor changes, but still something. And it's just like, oh wow, that's neat. Like when you come across it. Alright, other than that, stuff's pretty rudimentary for the west for the west of Wave Ocean. I like how they added kind of like a PA to Eggman's lines here, as if he was actually like on the egg carrier telling you these things. Pretty neat. Best time, kind of neat. Got an S rank. You can actually see Sonic's mouth. I don't think you could see that last time. All right. Next place we're headed is the Dusty Deserts. This is Sonic with Elise. He changed the animation Sonic does when homing attacking with Elise to like kind of the slide thing, which is like cool, I guess. I don't know. I guess it makes a little bit more sense rather than him just like, you know, at least he's actively like doing something. But a cool thing is, though you can't spin dash, the anti-grav slide that Sonic has can kind of help you down slopes faster. Even though it's anti-grav, so like it shouldn't help you at all, but I'm not complaining. Helps complete the stage faster. Oh, jeez. But yeah, when you're carrying Elise, Sonic does this for 2 stages. He carries Elise. You have this little power ring and a significantly neutered moveset. Can't use the gems, can't use any of the things that make Sonic fun. They're 2 incredibly short stages. I guess they didn't have enough or really know what to do with Sonic and Dusty Desert, so they just said he's gonna carry Elise, have a neutered moveset, and it's only gonna be like a minute long. No, I'm talking about the original game, not the devs. I am curious though, since Shadow's Dusty Desert is done and now there's all level design on the inside, I wonder if you can actually get there as Sonic and play through that as Sonic. I highly doubt it, but it'd be an interesting thing to try. But we're just gonna continue on here. So White Acropolis, so this was Shadow's first stage, Sonic's 3rd stage, and we have a snowboarding segment here. Reminiscent of Ice Cap from Sonic Adventure 1. Cool thing the team added, I don't want to always say, Chaos X, like he's the lead developer and he's done like tons of great things, but like I don't want to knock the fact that, you know, an entire team worked on this. But the team added like this really cool kind of kick dash that gets you back up to full speed. So I guess because of that inhibitor ring upgrade, that's the reason that there isn't a super shadow, because it kind of be a redundant power up. Camera angle change there, kind of cool. Added some dash panels. So we're just gonna zoom through this. So using tails, we can kind of just fly around things. We don't have to actually do what the game's telling us to do, which is nice. Even right here, we can just hop right over this laser gate. Added a couple more lasers there. Oh, interesting. They added a little snow thing. Oh, that's pretty cool. Snow, cool. Got another S rank. I just realized you guys can't see the ranks, but I mean, it's not that important. Sonic actually has a reason to get S ranks. If you get an S rank on every stage, you unlock the ability to get the Rainbow Gem, which unlocks Super Sonic, which I'll probably show off here, because I feel like Super Sonic is most useful in Crisis City. But there we saw that cutscene we saw in Shadow's story. We saw it from Sonic's perspective. This is Crisis City, considered to be the best stage. It seems that he didn't change the board speed in White Acropolis, but the board definitely feels faster here. I mean, there's a whole changelog to P06 that you can read through, but it's a lot of stuff that he changed between the release. I think he's calling it like the Sonic release and the Shadow release, so there's a good amount that's different. But for a fan game that's absolutely free to download, it's got quite a lot of content in it. And again, even with the really cool upgrade that I found with Shadow, Sonic is just, this is pinnacle. Like for me, this is peak 3D Sonic. Not necessarily in the level design, but the control, like the moves Sonic has available. There are some that are useless, yeah, but I mean, people love the shit out of Mario 64, and Mario has those breakdance kicks that aren't really useful at all. Oh, speaking of, I was going to show off the Rainbow Gems. So, you get the Rainbow Gem, boom, you get Super Sonic. You couldn't play as Super Sonic in the original game, but the Rainbow Gem is actually a like defunct idea from the original release, the Sonic 06. Same like Super Sonic, invincible, draws in rings, but with Sonic's gems, something that was meant to be the original game but wasn't, is the gems have levels. You defeat enemies, kind of like Shadow's Chaos Powers, which was in the original game. You upgrade it, and when you upgrade the Rainbow Gem, Sonic gets new abilities. I believe when it's level 2, you get increased jump height, and then when it's level 3, you get his dash from the final boss of the game, which is pretty cool. He also kills all enemies in one shot, but I mean, like, that's kind of obvious. There's the dash you get from level 3. He also draws in rings naturally, kind of like the yellow gem does, so not really losing any functionality of the yellow gem, if that was your favorite gem, which the yellow gem gives you the basically toggles on and off the thunder shield for you, which is pretty cool. Interesting idea to have a toggleable shield, kind of makes it another ability, which is pretty cool. I also believe they increased Super Sonic, at least his top speed, in Mach speed sections, which is pretty cool. and like a reason to play Supersonic. Yeah, I definitely am going faster than regular Sonic would be going, which is cool. Which I guess makes would make Supersonic in gem runs the most ideal gem to use before Mach speed sections, since you can reach a higher top speed, and it probably clears the like the transformation time, because I believe it takes 2 seconds for Sonic to transform. Love the effects. Those effects on Supersonic are new, that kind of like glow he's got. Pretty neat. All right, here we got Flame Core. We're going to be using just the regular gems, no Supersonic in this one. Do the skip again. You can do that in both Sonic and Shadow section. I don't believe Silver... Actually, I think Silver starts there, so I think you can do it as Silver too. It's a little bit harder because he's a slower character, but you can still accomplish the goal. Switch to the purple gems, so we'll be seeing the purple gem in action. While you only get invisibility at level 3, you still get the extra jumps. But I'm going to switch back to the blue gem because we won't need the purple gem until we're inside the volcano. But yeah, in terms of Sonic, especially with the gems, I love every level in this game. It's so fluid. Every movement goes into a different movement, especially when you use something like the blue gem, which, I mean, you could make the argument that the blue gem is kind of redundant since the spin dash has been altered to the Adventure 1 variety. I'm just leveling up the red gem just for fun. Red gem's not nearly as broken as it was in the original game. I wish when you leveled it up all the way, it didn't slow down Sonic, but it slows down Sonic as well as... it slows down everything, including Sonic. I wish it could slow down Sonic, but not nearly as much as it slowed down everything else. Because all leveling it up does is give you more time to have slowed down time, which... Slowed down time, I don't think is really that useful. So this is one of my favorite parts when I was doing speed runs. This is one of my favorite parts. So you equip the purple gem, you get those speed shoes and the invincibility, kill this enemy, and you come in here, kind of messed it up. But you get the purple, or the speed shoes speed there. You're invincible, so you don't have to worry about the lava, and use the purple gem to kind of just fly through that section. Not great execution there, but still pretty good. Here we have the introduction of Knuckles. So he's got a whole bunch of new moves. He originally had punches and everything in Sonic 06, unlike Rouge, but his punches are so much better implemented. And I mean, if you played the original game, the glide is much better implemented here too. It's an actual glide. But you can actually do different combos depending on what button you hit at the end of Knuckles' 3-hit combo. Now I believe he changed it. Yep. So just like Shadow, they start Sonic at the end here. But with Sonic and the gems and the fact that he's Sonic the Hedgehog, it makes you can get there real quick. Because in the original game and in the other releases, you start at that checkpoint. All right, I like the little mission complete there too. It's kind of fun. Makes the results screen longer, but hey. Can't win them all. I think that's one of Sonic's lines. If you get like a bad rank, is can't win them all. All right, next one is Radical Train. In speedruns, people hate this stage, and justifiably so. With Sonic, there's a lot of places you can mess up. Do. Alright, so this is fun. We use a Badnik bounce, not in the original game, because you couldn't just bounce on enemies. You had to use the homing attack to hurt enemies in the original game, which angered a lot of people since, you know, that Sonic's been able to do that since day one. We're going to do a little skip here with the purple gem. Because I mean, I used to speed run this a little bit, so I want to show off some cool stuff you can do with Sonic, since Sonic was the only thing we had at the time. I'm definitely rusty, but I'll show off what I can. But yeah, gosh, I love the movement, the control, everything just feels so freaking good. Let's jump here. This is the Mach speed section for Radical Train. Very infamous in the original game just because there's so many sharp turns, and in the original game when you jump in Mach speed sections with Sonic you can't actually influence your direction in midair, but thankfully P06 changes that. It's where you can, makes it a lot easier to do that kind of stuff. And we should run right next to the train, and that'll get us the mission complete. Really cool backdrop here on max graphics. This looks beautiful. Unfortunately, I can't play on max graphics because PC is not powerful enough. Maybe one day, though. Maybe one day. All right, Tropical Jungle is next. So this is another Elise section. I'm gonna go ahead and do something a little different. You can take those springs if you want, but I mean, I might be faster to just fall there. I honestly have no idea. But we're gonna take the fast route. This is a much longer stage than Dusty Desert is, especially if you're taking the normal route. It's not comparable in length. It's probably a minute longer if you're taking the fastest route here, which I'll be trying to show off, but Tropical Jungle can be a little bit buggy with some of its stuff. Especially these vines here. Not the ones I'm grinding on, but the ones you jump on, and when they glow, sometimes you just fall to your death. Unless that, I mean, it could have been fixed. I don't know. Tropical Jungle Act 2, or the second section of Tropical Jungle, is the real PC killer, though. There's so much like foliage and stuff. Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. I think this is an automatic section. Can't influence Sonic's direction here. So we'll just watch as they run toward the rainbow.
Elise, are you all right?
Yes. Looks like you can tell that from blind.
Nice. Let's hop back on that. I don't think that was quite how you were supposed to do that. Oh, there it is. Vine was clearly glowing. Didn't send me where it was supposed to, but that's okay. Now it's Tropical Jungle. We got 2 more stages to go. Yep, extra minute longer.
How was that?
Next up, Kingdom Valley, and this has a super cool intro cutscene that they added. And it makes Silver look like a freaking badass. Which is much needed since he kind of became a laughing stock since this was his introductory game, and it was considered one of the worst games of all time. Gonna be using a lot of blue gem here. As you can tell, the blue gem is pretty much what I exclusively use. Sometimes I like to do gemless runs, sometimes I like to do supersonic runs. But the blue gem, I mean, even though the spin dash is great, with a fully powered blue gem, it's just so much more efficient and better than spin dashing all the time. This section, I hate. Not because of silver, but because it's just the right amount of jank sometimes that it really grinds my my gears. When things mess up or things happen. Again, they changed the physics so silver doesn't run at full speed up there, but you can still make it through there. Ouch. Jump on these boxes and almost die. It's fine. Pull the camera back here. Kind of good considering it's an onslaught of enemies, so it's nice that they give you a better view. And we could fix the staircase, or we can just fly over because we're silver and we can fly. So what I will be interested to see, since Silver crosses paths with Sonic and Shadow, if in Sonic and Shadow segments he'll have his upgraded abilities. Because I mean, if they gave Shadow an upgraded ability that like wasn't in the original game, like not even I mean, I don't know if it was conceptualized or not. And that's the only ability I know about. I don't know. I might surf YouTube and see if there's any more secrets in Shadow's segment. If not, I'm gonna comb the hell out of the levels and see if I can find more upgrades. Because there are a lot of nooks and crannies in these levels, and Chaos X and his team added some stuff as well. So I'll be interested to see what happens. Hope you guys are enjoying this little break from Skyrim. If you are, great. If you'd like to see more Sonic stuff, let me know. I'll probably sprinkle it here and there. Sonic the Hedgehog is one of my favorite game franchises, and I steer clear of the fan base. But I love me a good Sonic game, and P06 is a great take on a terrible game, and has become my favorite okay, that's hard to say. Favorite fully 3D Sonic game, because Generations is really good.
That's a lot of enemies.
Because it's no nonsense. Because one thing I did admire about the original design of 06 is that, you know, oh, they changed the camera angle here, and they're going to be changing the camera angles coming up. I recommend looking away if you get some motion sickness. Because normally you'd look at a side view, but it actually tilted the whole camera where you can, yeah, do this instead when you're running on the sides, which is kind of appreciated, especially in the longer second section of that. Makes it a lot easier to see what's going on, and where the obstacles are. A little bit disorienting, but I think it's a change that's for the better for sure. I wish the camera gradually snapped back instead of like immediately switching back, but no complaints here. Other than that, I think it's pretty solid that he did that. Do 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 do.
That was incredible.
That was incredible. All right, one more stage. Now there are two extras. There's Rouge and Tropical Jungle and Shadows in Shadow Story, and Tails going through Wave Ocean. Tails going through Wave Ocean is literally just that. Tails goes through Wave Ocean, same sections and everything. Don't think that's worth showing off unless I'm doing a speed run, because the extra stages are part of the speed run. And Rouge's Tropical Jungle is more new in that it's a treasure hunting stage, like what we saw in Kingdom Valley, more akin to Sonic Adventure 1. Just because the radar is the Sonic Adventure 1 radar and not the Sonic Adventure 2 one, which is fine because the Sonic Adventure 2 radar is crap compared to the Sonic Adventure 1 radar. Because with the Sonic Adventure 1 radar, you could only track one emerald at a time, where with the regular Sonic Adventure radar, you could track any emerald pieces at a time. And it's kind of fun to go through and see like what a treasure hunting stage would be like with in Sonic 06, but I'm very glad that it's just that, an extra stage. Now, obviously, if he like adds in like all the cutscenes and like the campaign, I don't know if they're gonna be like, if he's just gonna like pour it over the cutscenes, or if, because there's a video on Chaos X's YouTube channel of like recreating the cutscene in Unity. Hey, Red Guy 834, thank you so much for the follow, man. I really appreciate that. You have an idea? What's your idea? Thankfully, this skip is still able to be done because I hate killing all those enemies. What's your idea, big man? They added an extra bar there, and I'm not sure why. Can you please switch the pause menu and dialogue box to E3? I don't know. I feel like the retail release looks much better than the E3 release, personally. Or are you looking for the full E3 experience? Because unfortunately this is the last stage we're going to be played, and then I'm going to be, it's more unique. You don't have to highlight your message, man. I could read it. Want to use it? To highlight my message or the dialogue box? Because this is the last stage I'm playing, and then I'm ending the stream. Unfortunately, I just wanted to show this off, and then I'm going to be going back to the Nostalgia Trip series, doing Skyrim and that kind of thing. But if I come back to it, I'll switch to the E3 stuff just to show it off. I like the E3 UI better. Because it's less out of the way, because it's like all on the left side of the screen in the retail release, which is kind of annoying. Gets in the way.
Sonic, we're out of time. Get on this ball. I'll take care of the rest.
Thankfully, with the new and improved glide, we can just kind of fly over all these enemies. Just scrape by that laser gate and land right on the switch. Now with the blue and the purple gem, you can skip using this ball, but it's honestly faster to just use the silver ball.
I'll take them all down.
Wanted to focus during that section because if you slow down at least once there, then the blast doors get in front of you, and it's really annoying to get through it. Alrighty, that was Aquatic Base, and that was the end of Sonic's section of the release. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really wanted to show this off. If you ever want to come back and see this video will be up on YouTube. So if you're interested in anything Sonic P06, go follow Chaos X on Twitter. Go like, support, comment, like, subscribe to his channel and that kind of stuff, because this is incredible and I just want to see it, and I really wanted to do the game somewhat justice here, kind of showing off everything. Again, if you are at all interested in a fast-paced 3D platformer, play P06. Just do it. You can just look it up, like just look up Sonic P06 Shadow Release, and it'll be like the first thing on your screen. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. That being said, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, Red Guy 834, for following, and to all else for just being here. It's really awesome. You know, it's awesome seeing people hanging out. Glad I can provide a little bit of context, whether that's sleeping during the stream, whether that's just chilling out, whether that's talking to me. I appreciate it all. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this little showcase here, and I will see you all tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for some more Nostalgia Trip Skyrim. See you later.